Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have this wonderful mermaid magical costume for you guys. I thought this year I would play up my pastel hair and this kind of seemed appropriate. So if you're interested in how I got this look, just keep watching. Start off by using this primer from Hard Candy. This is the Sheer Envy primer. It's a dark spot correcting one, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face. Next, I'm going to switch up my foundation routine just a little bit. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match, which you guys know I used to love. This is in the shade C1. I'm just going to be applying this with a beauty blender all over my face. The reason I'm using this one today basically is just because I want kind of more of a full coverage, and I have a lot of this left, so it's a good kind of time to get rid of your old makeup type thing. Next, I'm going to be using this concealer from e.l.f. I'm going to be applying that right under my eyes. Also, I'm going to be putting it down the center of my face, basically anywhere where the sun hits that I just want a little bit brighter. To set all my face products, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever HD Pressed Powder with a kabuki brush from e.l.f. Also going to be using the Pro Longwear Concealer from MAC. This is an NW15, and followed by that I'm going to be using the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. I'm just trying to conceal my eyebrows a little more than they were. Next, to pencil in my eyebrows, I'm just going to be using this lip liner from Prestige. I honestly have no idea where I even got this, so I couldn't even tell you where to purchase it, but any lip liner will work as long as it's pink. I'm going to be following that up by using a blush from e.l.f. The blush that I'm going to use is Pink Passion. The reason I'm using a blush is because I really like the color of this. It's quite pigmented, so I'm just going to fill my brows in with that. To add a little more drama and a little more definition to them, I'm using right here just like an acrylic paint. I'm going to give you a tip that it does wash off, so you're free to use that just to get them really pink. Moving right along, to get those lovely scales on your face, you're going to need a pair of fishnet tights. You're also going to need some crazy colors. I'm using these palettes from Hard Candy. This one is called Feelin Blue, and the other one I have is actually called Smoke Out, and I love these colors, so I think that it'll make a really nice ombre effect. So you pretty much have to cover your entire head with this fishnet, and I know that I look insane here. This is probably the craziest you'll ever see me look. But then you're just going to apply the shadow, dipping your brush into the shadow and applying it in any ombre effect you'd like. You can pick whatever colors you want. I thought I was going to go for this like purpley, tealy kind of thing. And you're just going to apply that to both sides of your face. Taking the fishnets off, this is what I'm left with. I kind of wanted more of a defined, scaly look, so I decided that I was going to take some concealer, as you can see here, and I'm just going to pencil it in to make them really defined. Took some concealer onto an old eyeliner brush, and I just penciled that in. I pretty much just followed what I could see from the fishnet lines. Just draw them wherever you want, it'll work out. I kind of just freehanded it, so. Next, I'm just going to be putting some primer onto my lids. This is a primer by Red Earth. I'm just going to be applying that all over, and for base I'm using that same eyeshadow color that I used on my brows by e.l.f. just to tie everything together. Just patting that all over my eyelids, and then I'm going to be following that up with 3 of the purple colors from my Hard Candy palette. And pretty much I'm just going to start with the lightest one and work my way into this really deep tight purple thing. I'm just throwing Busted from the Naked 2 palette right into the corner of the crease just to make it a little more vibrant. Also throwing some white into the corner of my eyes just to brighten them up a little bit. For a little more definition, I'm going to be taking this tealy blue color and I'm going to be applying that right under my eyelids. I also like to just wing it out a little bit. I thought that added a little extra drama into it, so if you want to do that, you can as well. I'm going to be using the Lashaholic Super Volume Mascara by Hard Candy. The lashes I'm going to be using are the lashes I always use. They're number 11 by EverEZlashes. You can get these at Walmart. Just applying those on. I'm doing a full set, which is kind of unusual because I usually only do a half set. But I really like the way that these look. I'm just going to add a little bit of eyeliner just to kind of fill the gaps and make them look a little bit more defined. I'm going to be using the Liquid Eyeliner by e.l.f. Stick with my magical theme. I wanted to make it a little bit more sparkly, so I'm using these nail gems by Sephora and OPI. I'm just applying those right under my eyelids. It brightens it up a bit, makes it look a little bit more magical, and I really like the way that they turned out. Lining my lower waterline with the Jumbo Milk pencil again, and then applying some mascara to the bottom of the eyes. We are pretty much all done our eyes. So for lips, I wanted to stick with the cool colors, so I picked a nice purple color by Limecrime. This is Lilac. This is literally one of my favorite lipsticks that they have. So yeah, this is basically the final makeup look. I actually really love the way it turned out. I feel like a walking mermaid basically. But for now, we're just gonna move on to the hair, and I kind of really liked my hair the way it was, but I thought I'd give this like curling mermaid curler a try. My sister swears by it. She let me borrow it. It's by Hot Shot Tools. I'll link it down below if I can find it. But basically the way that you use this is you just throw some hair in it, hold it for about 10 seconds, and then you're supposed to move it down your hair. And this was kind of a hard thing to get used to. As you can tell, my first try wasn't that great. But after you do it a couple times, you kind of get used to it. So yeah, I just did my whole head like this. Once I was done one side, I moved right over to the other, and I really like the way this turned out. I'm glad I did this. I feel like a walking mermaid now more than ever. I also decided to throw a little braid in because I thought that would be really cool and very mermaid-esque. So I did that. You can throw as many as you want in. I only did one, but also then I'm just gonna try to tease it a little bit. I wanted it to be really, really big hair and make it look really thick. So I just teased my entire head, and yeah. Also, to spice up the look, I threw on this color by Hard Candy. This is Crush on the Caribbean. I really, really like this color and it adds to the mermaid look, so I think it's a good thing to do. So yeah, this is the final look. I love the way this turned out. This is going to be my go-to Halloween costume for probably as long as I'm pastel. If you have any questions about any of the products that I use, please feel free to leave a comment down below. As always, I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you aren't already subscribed, please feel free to hit subscribe and like this video. It helps me a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Love, love, love you, and I will see you soon. Bye!